Hi, I'm Mrs. Lansdale, and today we're going to talk about growth mindset. I know we spoke about it in a previous lesson, but we're going to add to our learning. So today we're going to be taking a look at growth mindset, but taking a look at ourselves. All right, that's another component of growth mindset is kind of evaluating ourselves and taking a look at ourselves. When we think about growth mindset, it is your mindset and how you think. All right, but it's how you don't want to have a fixed mindset. You want to have a growth mindset, which means through hard work and effort and asking for help, your mindset and you can grow. All right. If you have a fixed mindset, then you always say things like, I can't do this. All right. And so we would like to change that so we can bring about the positive within your mindset. Do you remember talking about growth mindset and thinking about things we say to ourselves? These, instead of saying this column, we really want to start thinking in this direction. For example, what if I said, I'm not good at this? Well, we really want to start thinking as, what am I missing? All right, why am I not getting this? Or you might say, I am not good at this yet. Do you remember the power of yet? Yeah, you might be working on some math problems right now, and they're so difficult. And you've tried, but with hard work, effort, asking someone for help, in time, you're going to master that skill. You just don't have that skill yet. All right? The power of yet is fantastic. There are lots of things we do in our life that we don't get it the first time. We have to keep working at it and working at it and working at it. What comes to my mind is riding a bike. Do you think the first time you get on a bike, you just ride it? Probably not. Probably you start with training wheels. Probably those are removed and you're kind of wobbly. And then you might have a couple of bike racks until you finally get the hang of it. So when you first start riding a bike, you probably are not there yet. It takes time and hard work and effort and probably somebody helping you. So we want to kind of change your mindset. We want to have a growth mindset. Okay, so today our activity is we're going to do a little bit of writing and we're going to do a little bit of a self-awareness checklist. We need to be aware of ourselves. And we did that through mindfulness. And we talked about being mindful about something as like thinking of ourselves, controlling our body, being aware of what's around us, our breath that we're taking. So that was being mindful. Okay. Well, today we're going to be self-aware and think about some things that we're good at, maybe some things that we're not so good at, and kind of doing a checklist and being self-aware. It involves a little bit of writing today. So let's get started. I'm going to go first. So when I look at this, it's a little bit of self-awareness, little checklist here. When I look at this, make sure we can see it on the board. Yeah. When I look at this today is going to be through the eyes of my daughter, Cameron. All right, so these are her answers. Okay. So when I talked to her and we had some dialogue and we were talking back and forth and we discussed this. So I said, Cameron, it says, I feel I am strong in the areas of, and she said, strong? And I'm like, no, what do you feel that you're really good, strong, being good? All right. So what areas? Well, she kind of thought areas being school. So she kind of went down the school thinking, yours doesn't have to be about school, but that's what she led hers to be. So she said, I feel strong in the areas of, and so we were talking and she said, oh, I know. I feel strong in the area of math. I'm pretty good at math. And I was like, well, let's write that down. And she said, because I help my friends. in math sometimes. And I said, yeah, you do. You're right. And she says, but Mom, I love science. And I said, well, we could write that down. You could have more than one. It says areas with an S. We could have more than one. So let's write science. Okay. She kept thinking, and she was like, well, I'm pretty strong in art. I'm pretty creative. And I was like, oh, yes, you are. She says, I like art class. I like to be creative. I like to draw. I like to paint. And I was like, yeah, okay, well, let's write art. Boom. Get that period on there. All right, so those were her answers. You might be thinking of some, and you might go, oh, those are just like me. Those might be yours. Okay, but let's keep thinking. Now we go opposite on the next one. So this is strong, something you were really good at. On the next one was, I think I am weak. Weak being the opposite of strong. All right, I think I am weak, which means I need a little bit of work maybe in this area. Okay, maybe I don't think I'm so good in this particular area. Okay, we all have, inside of us, we all have things we're really good at, and we have things we need to work on. All right, so let's take a look. I think I am weak in the areas of, and I'm like, Cameron, what do you think you're weak in? What do you have to work harder in? And she said, oh, I know, writing papers. And I said, oh, okay, well, I'll write that down. Writing papers for school. Bing. And I said, why do you think that you're weak in that area? And she said, because I really have to work hard at it, and it takes me longer to get it done. And I said, wow. I said, when I read your writing and I read your final product in your writing, it all sounds pretty great to me. And she said, I just have to work harder at it. And I said, I get it. Okay, so let's go on. What else do we have here? I learn best when I blank. So, gosh, with us being home right now, how do you learn best? You're probably figuring that out right now. How do you learn best? And so we had discussion and how she learns best. And she says, I learn best when teachers teach me how to do something and they show me examples. And I said, oh, that's pretty insightful. Let's write that down. So I learn best when I am shown examples and taught how to do the work. Bing. Okay, all right. So then next, let's see where we're going. Oh, I feel the most stress when, stress. Do you know what stress is? Well, I mean, stress is a feeling that you have inside, but it's not an angry feeling. It doesn't want to make you scream. Stress is kind of a nervous feeling, anxious, nervous that you have inside of you. Maybe if you're getting ready to take a test or you're getting ready to speak in front of people, you have this feeling inside of you, and that's a little bit of stress. So I talked to Cameron, when do you feel the most stress? And she said, well, I feel the most stress when I pitch for softball. I was like, wow, yeah, you're in front of a lot of people. So she feels a little bit of stress. So I feel the most stress when I pitch in softball. Bing, period. Okay, and that's when she does. So think about you for stress. What makes you stressed? Okay, the last one, we're going to end on a happy note. I am the happiest when, this was easy for her, and she said it right off the bat, and you might have the same answer. She said, I'm happiest when I'm around my friends. I was like, I get that. So I am the happiest when I am around my friends. I remember this is Cameron saying that. Okay. Yeah. And so, I mean, right now it's difficult, but right now there's lots of FaceTime going on. I bet she FaceTimes her friends a couple times a day. Absolutely. And so they can stay connected. Okay. So now I need your help. Let's talk through this again and let's do your thinking. Okay. So let's take a look. All right. So I feel I am strong in the areas of, So think about yourself. Strong in the areas of, maybe you think of sports. Maybe you think of like art, music, or PE in school. Maybe you think of weightlifting or music or karate. Maybe you think you're a great reader or writer. Maybe science and social studies you love. What could you be strong in? Yeah, those are great answers. Good. So let's term it a little bit. And I think I am weak in the areas. So what area might you need help in? Yeah, some of those same ideas we said for the strong, maybe some of you have those as your weak. Yeah, handwriting. Yep. I get that. That could be one. Oh, riding a bike. Okay. Tying shoes. Oh, goodness. These are good. So think about an area that you're weak in, an area that you need to improve on, an area that you just don't have yet. Okay. Good. All right. I learn best how do you learn best? Do you need to be in a quiet room? Is it okay that people are around you talking? Do you need to watch a video? Do you need to have somebody teach you the information? How do you learn best? Do you have to put in earplugs or earbuds? How do you learn best? Yeah, those are great answers. Good. All right. I feel the most stress when. When do you feel stress? Oh, going to the doctor? That could be one, certainly. Feel stress when you're singing in front of a crowd? Yep. Maybe in music class too. Singing in front of the class? I get that. Yeah. Oh, band? Oh, playing that instrument in front of people? Yep. That could bring on a little bit of stress. Good. You guys have great answers. And I am the happiest when. When are you the happiest? When you're around your family? When you're at school? When you're seeing your teacher on the screen? When you get to play a game with your brothers and sisters? What makes you happy? Oh, favorite dessert? Yep, that would make me happy too. For sure. Good. You guys have great answers. Now, if you were thinking about this activity and you're still drawing, labeling, listing in those developmental stages of writing, you could do something like this. Both of these papers are in the student resource section, so you can choose. So maybe yours looks a little bit like this. You can tell I was drawing and labeling. You could try that. But today, if you were in Mrs. Lansdow's class, this is exactly what I would have you do. Exactly. But here's a twist on it. Let's pretend that you did one of these two papers and you did all the answers on them. Then you should take it to your mom or dad, ask them the questions, and see if they can guess your answer. Oh, they might know it. All right. And if they don't, they might think of something and you might go, oh, you're right. I didn't think about that. All right, but make sure you get your answers written down first, okay, before you take it to them, because that's a little fun game you could play. All right, so when we're looking at this, if your teacher has a different assignment for you to do, feel free to do that assignment. The goal for today is to be thinking about growth mindset, is to be thinking about positive, so thinking about growth, all right? Thinking that as long as I put effort, hard work, and ask for help into my work that I do, then I too will have a growth mindset. Have a great evening.